Eenie Meanie, and this is a film. This is a film talking about blonde starlets. this is a this is a film on Disney Plus starring Samara Weaving of Ready or Not fame. Oh, so yeah, so and this film kicks off and you meet this girl and her name is Edith Meanie, which is where and the nickname ends up being Eenie Meanie. So it's Edith Meanie, and you see her parents calling her when she's like 14, saying, "Come drive us home from the pub because we're drunk." and and in this thing, she's in there, she's driving there, her dad's in the back of the car going, okay, remember, just drive like I told you. And so this 14-year-old is driving her drunk parents home from the pub, which kind of tells you about the kind of life that she lives and the kind of thing that she does. And they get pulled over by the police, and her dad is like, don't, it's like, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. Your mom has like a pound of cocaine in her bag. It's like, do it like I told you, floor it, floor it, floor it. And then it ends with her dad saying, floor it. And then you just cut, and now she's grown up. She's working in a bank, and she's working in a bank. And she's speaking to her friend about, and her friend keeps telling her, don't go back, don't give that guy a call, don't give that guy a call. And when the bank gets robbed, she gets knocked down and taken to the hospital, and there she finds out that she's pregnant. So, and all the while, because she's been being told by her friend, don't go back to that guy, he's bad news, he's bad news, he's bad news. So there's almost like a sliding doors moment where she could go in to do an exam that's going to help her for the next stage of her qualification of her life, or she could go see this guy who is bad news. She goes to see the guy who's bad news, and then all hell kicks off. And I think this is the bit where I think that you would like, because the film, so it stars Samara Weaving as Eenie Meanie. You got Kyle Glusman, who is an actor who is one of those, Sean. I think he's on my list for who I don't actually think he's a good actor. He was in The Running Man. He was one of the hunters in The Running Man.
Right.
He is most famous for being in a film called Love by Gaspar Noé that had unsimulated sex in it. And from that point on, I was it's Gaspar Noé's weird Holly. It's all very avant garde. and, yeah, and
There you
yeah,
go.
yes, yeah. That's probably the highest profile thing he's done. But each time I see him on screen, I'm like, I don't know if I believe you. Maybe it doesn't help that he keeps playing idiots. but
Which
in
one?
this,
Which one in the Running Man was he? Can you remember?
he
Not the tall blonde one, the skinny wiry one. No.
he's the blonde one.
Oh right, okay. I
Yeah, he's
think
the
I know the
blonde.
one you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Fair
yeah,
dues.
yeah. He's the blonde one, and so he plays this. And so she goes there. She goes to this place. He is in some sort of trouble because she has tried to escape this life of crime that started off with her dad, and then what she's gone into and everything like that. She's tried to escape this life of crime, and then she goes back to her boyfriend's house and then immediately gets thrown into it in one of the most kinetic sequences I think I've seen for years. Just the way that they run out of the building into another building, what goes on and what happens, and this escalates and then that escalates, and then she ends up speaking to Andy Garcia. And Andy Garcia is in this film, and he is the guy who actually nicknamed her Eenie Meanie. He's like, "Oh, are you back? Because I need a getaway driver." And so she ends up getting roped in to do this getaway driver job, and then the whole thing becomes this sort of heist movie where they're trying to figure out how you're going to do the getaway driver thing. And there is a what's the word? There is a rival getaway driver who just waits for whose modus operandi is to wait for her to do the job, then steal the car from her with everything in the job. And so it has all these characters that just sort of come in. It has one really, really funny gag about electric cars and about trying to run somebody over with an electric car that I thought was hilarious. And I think Samara Weaving is great. I think the film is propulsive. It just goes on, goes on, goes on. Doesn't feel that long, probably about 90 minutes. And where it ends up, it's ooh, where it ends up. I liked where it ended up. I liked what they did in the end. I liked because I thought, yeah, that is the way out of this. That is the way out of this. That makes sense. And it's no, if I say too much, I think I'll probably give it away. But I'll give this a 4 out of 5.
Mm.
And it's one of those films that, oh, actually, that's another thing we could do. It's like, as we know, we're saying whether you would see it in cinemas or whether you should wait for it to come on streaming, whether you think this should have been in cinemas. And I feel like this film, I think it should have been in cinemas. I don't think it would have been like a massive, massive hit, but I think it could have been a mid-sized one. But the way it was released on Disney Plus, I feel like most people don't even know the film is there.
That's the trouble.
Yeah,
That's the trouble.
yeah, I feel like most people they had like a week of putting it up on the banner at the top, and then they just forgot about it, and they were like, "Oh no, something else is along." So it's a pretty because it's a good film, great characters, funny moments, good sort of like heist plot. So that is it. 4 stars for Eenie Meanie.